This is probably the hottest narrative that is knocking on the door, and nobody's talking about it all over the internet. And it's called the digital IDs. I wrote this on 17th of August, so I wrote it almost 2 months ago in the retail DAO. The retail DAO, I already covered it back back like 3 months ago or something, or a year ago, where they had an airdrop, and now it's at a gated kind of Discord, which they gave the free airdrop, and now you would have been in for free. So I talked about this 2 months ago, but here's the thing: this narrative, we didn't know when is it coming. So we had the DeFi with Aster and MIOX, and all these Avantis and all these guys. They took out the whole. They sucked all the liquidity because it was the narrative. This is now just knocking slightly on the door. So we have this, we have the thesis, which I'm gonna show you right now, and then I'll show you the signs that's telling me, hey, this narrative is coming close. It could be tomorrow, it could be a week, it could be 2 weeks, we don't know, but the signs are strong. Also, I'll show you the coins that are relevant to this narrative, so you're ahead of the game. You don't have to search all over the internet. I'll give you about 11, 12 of them, and that's it. So let's dive into this video. So what the hell is digital IDs? Before I read whatever I wrote, let me just simplify it for you so you understand it in a simple matter. We have a problem with hackers. People, they hack you, they take your money, and boom, disappear. What do? There's nothing you can do. You try to track them, most likely I got hacked a few times. I got to nowhere. Now, if it's at the high level, like government level, they can figure out, just like what happened with North Korea when they knew. So you need more experts to figure out what happened to the funds. So that's one thing. So is it something needed? Yes. For us as users, I would love to have some kind of security to stop this rubbishness. Second, how do we expect governments to come onto the blockchain? How do we expect banking to come into and use blockchains? How do we expect RWAs, like they will give their paintings, they will give their art, they will give, we expect your renewal of your car will be on the blockchain. If someone is going to be able to hack this is not going to work. It's not sustainable. So this is a milestone that's needed before we go anywhere else. And we need to see some serious development to protect both sides. You don't expect a bank with $50 billion or $100 billion and tell them, hey, you know what, I love everything about blockchain, we need it, yes, let's go. And someone pops, it's like, hey, what about the security? How secure is this? So they can tell them, yes, if you want to have the highest security, Ethereum, in terms of stable network, but it doesn't mean you're protected from hackers. So they're like, oh, what do you mean we're not protected? It doesn't work that way. I'm not gonna just throw in my whole, legendary banking whatever, and there is a percentage even at 0.01 that I'll be hacked and I cannot do anything about it. It's not. This narrative is needed. So, and I based it on a research by CoinMarketCap just to give them credit because that's how I got it. Just to be clear on this matter. So this is the thesis. The security is a must if the blockchain is going to be adopted by governments, banking, companies, whatever. So let's give it another shot. Why is this also important? Decentralized identity, DID, in the DeFi. So they're saying about DeFi right now, but now I'll show you the signs that's showing it's bigger than that. Is gaining traction as a way to enhance security. So that's their main target. Privacy, that's what we love. And user control while addressing regulatory concerns like KYC and AML. something we accept. The US Treasury's recent consultation under the Genius Act, July 2025, emphasizes embedding digital identity checks into DeFi smart contracts to combat illicit finance, with public comments on open until October 17, 2025. Wait, this is extremely important. So there is also a government request to have this, consultation. When? In 3 days. So we also have a deadline that's coming in 3 days. Below, I outlined the most relevant crypto project for digital identity in DeFi, focusing on those with active development, real-world applications, and alignment with public consultation themes like privacy, interoperability, and compliance. I've considered the relevance to DeFi ecosystems and regulatory frameworks. So here is the thesis. If you like it, if you think this is something that makes sense, which it should, then here are some of the signs that I found today. First of all, need to catch up on the news. Here are top from today. Bhutan becomes the first nation to launch a national digital identity system on Ethereum. So that's a strong, can't be stronger than this, to be honest. So I'll go back again. Here's another one. New Security Alliance launches TLS attestation, new tool using cryptographic verification to combat crypto phishing and identity malicious websites. Another win for crypto security. This is by Cointelegraph. But what's interesting here is the feedback. People love to see it. This is, OKX, so it doesn't count. But we're talking about the real community. Another step forward. Interesting, needed security. Are we still finally safe from scams now? People are hurt so much from the scams that, they would love to see this coming. Finally, phishing protection that does not depend on luck. Nice, protecting the backs. Let's go. Very bullish. Every tool that keeps users safe is a win. Next level protection, crypto verification, stepping up the fight against malicious actors. You get the point. So, government wants it. Now, the community, which back in the day, they would have hated this. Oh, government control, we hate this. But because everyone got hurt so much, so many times, they're saying this, this is needed. Great step to digital currency. So let's recap before I show you the coins. The thesis is needed. It makes a lot of sense. Now we have more projects coming into the space. We have a country, Bhutan. People say, Bhutan, it does not make sense. It's a small country. It doesn't make sense. A country that's going in is telling you, I need digital ID. And this is a small country. And you think the bigger country is going to let you do? No, we don't need it. We're going to want to keep everything private. No, it doesn't work that way. And now you have community supporting this. So we have a lot of good elements here. Now, back to what you want to do is where to invest. To be honest, I don't have a favorite, but I can show you my kind of thinking for after this. So here's a concise summary of the most relevant crypto projects for digital ID. The ID in DeFi aligned with the US Treasury public consultation on embedding KYC, Polygon ID, Bravado ID, a user zero knowledge proofs, ZKP for privacy preserving identity verification, ideal for DeFi KYC compliance with cross-chain support and no native token, best for regulatory alignment and scalability. ENS, very popular, very strong project, simplifies DeFi transactions with human readable names. Widely adopted in Ethereum's DeFi, but less focused on KYC. Galaxy Identity Protocol, ZKP-based credentials, and Soulbound token for DeFi applications like credit scoring, cross-chain with strong adoption. Great for cyber resistance and interoperability. WorldCoin, biometric-based identity for fraud prevention, integrated with Ethereum's Layer 2s. High potential for DeFi, but controversial due to privacy concerns. Lifeform, cross-chain DID for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana, with user-friendly avatars and domain resolutions. Growing adoption. And new emerging coins, Zen, FIO, VFY, BAS, Sign, kgen, H. All right. Now, how do I choose which one is the best? Well, the criteria is dependent on few elements. First, I want to see which one is relevant to governments, which one relevant to RWA, which one is relevant to the most popular chains. I don't want a solution in this space. So in this narrative, I don't want a solution that's sitting on a chain XYZF whatever that it has no adoption. It's not Solana, it's not Ethereum, it's not Binance or BSC, it's not Sui, it's not Aptos. If it's not one of the big names that they have users, then you're wasting your energy. So I want Ethereum is my priority because I have Ethereum. Nobody's going to use Ethereum. I think L2s are the transactions and everything is happening. But if it includes Ethereum, sure. So that's my number one criteria. Ethereum solution ID for Ethereum. Next will be obviously, I think Binance BSC is more important than Solana at this point. Solana doesn't have a lot of project in the RWA space banking. If they come on board, obviously that would be an added, but I would consider these 3 or 4: Ethereum with their L2s, Solana, Sui and BS chain, maybe Aptos and say, sure, why not? If you can have one that kind of works with all, that would be great too. Now, new emerging coins: Zen, FIO, VFY, BAS, Sign, kgen, and Edge. These are, I would say, medium to lower market cap. So you need to do a lot of research on these. They're all good, to be honest, but you have to look for token unlocks. So if you go to drop taps right here, dropstab.com, and if you like the project a lot, you'd come here and write it down here, and if the unlocks is huge and coming in the next few weeks, you want to stay away from it. That at least this way you can eliminate your research. So if I see something like something crazy, so 35% of the market cap DBR is coming into the market in 2 days, or that would be like insane. So you don't want to like invest because it will inflate the price of the project. Obviously, there's more criteria into this, which is if it's a community unlock versus founders unlock, if it's team unlock. There's a lot of more deeper research that can help into that. But this is at least a foundation for you to start. So the ones I think they have huge potential is BAS, Zen, Sign, kgen, and Edge. VFY price-wise, I think it's dropped down significantly. So I'm charting now HUSDT, and I think it's the only one pumping. So there is a clear sign that it actually did, I think, 200% today. So that explains that this attraction is growing. So it went from 7 cents to 18 cents, almost 2.5x or almost 3x. So it is merging for sure, and this is one of them. And if you look at the market cap is another criteria. If you're sitting at 10, 20 million market cap, I'd be worried for now. But if you have, I think BAS has the Binance Labs launchpad backup. Others they all have different criteria. So some of them are on can't keep up. There's so many. They all look the same to me right now. But if they're in Solana, if there's an Aptos, there's like on, I think it was kgen that, um, well, I don't know, I can't remember. But you get the point. These are your primary, at least from what I've found, and I've been tracking and trading. And these are the bigger boys. WorldCoin, so far I think it's the only. So also I want something based in the US that gives me kind of, US companies will use it. Also, I would not underestimate oracles. Guys, a lot of people keep an eye away from oracles. Oracles, this will not happen. RWAs cannot come onto the space of blockchain without oracles. So here are the top oracles: Link, Peth, Dia, Uma, Supra, API 3. I can add Red as well, Redstone. Yeah, I think those are my top. I'm sure I missed a few, but yeah, Red is not here. I should edit this. So all this together, I think this narrative is going to go strong. And once people figure out that the oracles are the backbone for everything that, onboarding, banking, and all this stuff, governments, they would know that, okay, we need the oracles to invest in oracles, because oracles will print money regardless of what happens to the project, whether it goes down, up, higher, because they print money. Simple as that. Especially Pendle or Peth. I think Peth, or Bendel. I forgot. I need to double check on this. So basically, this is what we're at. If you guys have any comments, please write them in the comment section. If you have another project that I'm not aware of in this space, please, just write them in the comment. I can review them. If you guys need a specific review on any of these projects, I'll be more than happy to do it. All right, guys, take care and best of luck. Again, this is not a financial advice. This is showing you opportunities to you make research. I'm just giving you the foundation and the thesis, and for you to do your own work. Best of luck, my friends, and see you on the next video.